So this would be 14.1 jungle tier list for new champions, new items, and the game. This tier list will be based, though, on my experiences and on my assumptions, because not all the champions were played in LAC in-houses. It is quite based on LAC in-houses, scrims, and champions queue, all of this combined, but all of this is still not solo queue. It is more similar to solo queue than it is to stage games, though, and some champions can be weaker and can be stronger. I think Amumu is going to be a solid blind pick. I think this champion could still be good just because people can play in low elo. And I think the tank items are strong overall. So I see no reason not to play Amumu if you played it before. I think it's a solid champion. I wouldn't put it S tier because I think some other tanks will be better. Next, Belvet. I think Belvet is going to be always solid. The reason is, first of all, Belvet gets formed from the first void grab that she kills. Doesn't matter if it's first, third, or second. Besides that, I think Kraken Slayer is still solid item, Black Cleaver is still solid item, Stridebreaker is still solid item, Blade of the Ruin Kid is still solid item, she can build Jackshot. There's no mythic item, so before, let's say, if you go, I don't know, you couldn't stack like tank items, right? But now she can still go Jackshot and she can still go other items that are good on her, like Stridebreaker, Jackshot together. Before you couldn't do that. So I do think Velvet is gonna be solid. Brand, I think solid, but not S tier. The reason is because I think brand items are weaker. No mobility, still very good clear, but definitely weaker because Landers is weaker as an item. Now I think nowadays brand should watch Rylai. Rylai, and then after Rylai you can buy other items. Yeah, I think I should probably just mute this in case. Next, Briar. I actually don't know. No one plays it. Okay, I'm gonna put it as one tricks just because I think you need to play the champion well. And I think the champ is still gonna be fine, completely fine as a Briar. I think it has good win rate, but you actually need to know how to play the champion. I think Diana could potentially be stronger as a champion because of the items. Protobelt is cheaper, Nashor Tooth is a bit different. Tank Diana could work too. So I think Diana might be solid next season. I think Tank Diana overall might be solid. I actually like the items more on Diana than I liked them before, so I'm just gonna put her here. Dr. Mundo, I have no clue. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know. I think if you had a one trick, sure, but I don't think Mundo is very good. As you can see, there is no like bad champion tier, just because I think in jungle you can always play everything, and if you really wanna make it work, you can. Then next one, Echo. The Echo is for one tricks or for mid laners that are off-roll. Fine champion. Could be strong because of items. Reason is, if you play jungle Echo, and you buy Protobelt Storm Surge, you don't need mana, right? So the power of jungle champions is that they have very high base mana regen from jungle item. So every AP champ, in my opinion, will be really good because of items, because the items will make you one-shot, and you can like build them easily, and you don't need mana. So I feel like Storm Surge is a very, very broken jungle item. Fiddlesticks definitely for one tricks though, I think Evelyn for one tricks. Gragas, I think good because of items. Gragas jungle does look pretty solid right now. I think Graves an S tier jungler. Reason is you can definitely blind pick it. There is not many things that can stop you. If you have a good Graves game, you can, you know, do well. If you have bad Graves game, you will do bad. That's just the champion. Gwen, I will go with one tricks. I don't think Gwen jungle is that great, but it's playable. Hecarim. Spear of Shuji and Ash will be good. You can still go Black Cleaver. Honestly, if I think about Hecarim, I think it's gonna be a solid champion. I think Hecarim in solo queue is always solid. I don't think there's like many games where Hecarim is useless just because it's Hecarim. I think it's always gonna be fine. Good items as well. I think it's a solid champion. Ivern, I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue. Support items overall are buffed, but I feel like, yeah, I think if you are a one trick, you can play it. I don't think I would recommend Ivern for everyone. I think Jarvan is actually weaker. The reason is because they removed Gordrinker. You can still rush Spear of Shujin, and this is what everyone does, rush Spear of Shujin, and then you build tank or you build AD. But Jarvan definitely weaker. I mean, Gordrinker nerf hit him a lot. Jax, could be better because of items. I think Hydra works well on him now, and you have a way to clear jungle, so you will rush Hydra, and then after Hydra you can go Spear of Shujin or you can go Trinity Force. But I just think that champions that needed Hydra will be stronger dispatch, because Hydra, the auto reset from Hydra is very, very good. Cartus, I think definitely S tier. Insane clear, insane items. Go first strike. Build the item that gives you ultimate cooldown. I think it's called like Malignance or something like that. Horizon Focus works on your ult now. Very strong champ. Definitely abuse it. Kayn, depends if red or blue. Can be good because of items, but can also be bad because of items. So it's like both. The reason is, I think blue Kayn is gonna be better because the blue Kayn items are better, but red Kayn items are worse because there is no Gordrinker. You probably rush Spear of Shujin. So yeah, I think Kayn is probably gonna be weaker or stronger, depends how you look at it. I'm just gonna leave him here. Kha'Zix. I think solid. I think it's not a great champion. I think you need to know how to play Kha'Zix, but I also think that Kha'Zix in solo queue is always strong. So I think always solid to pick it, blind pick it. You can, you know, if there is a team composition that has a lot of tanks, you will struggle, but if not, you will be good. I think Kindred is not that great, honestly. I don't know where to put her. I think the Kindred items are not bad. You can go Kraken, you can go Black Cleaver, you can go Trinity, you can go Witset. Like, all the items are the same. So it's a solid champion, but I think it has very hard matchups into AP junglers or into champs like Kha'Zix. So it could be very hard to play, but it's playable definitely. Lee Sin, I think a little bit weaker because of no Gold Drinker, but there are still good Lee Sin items. So I think it's both tiers, like tier in between, I think. You can rush Spear of Shujin and there is enough. So ability haste is lower in the game, but there's enough ability haste items for Lee Sin to buy. But there's no Gold Drinker. So Gold Drinker definitely makes the champion weaker. Again, though, you can build items that are fine. Lilia. I think Lilia is definitely solid because of items. I'm not sure if I should put her in S tier or solid, but you can rush Landris and then you can buy Rift Maker and you will be super tanky and have a lot of damage. So I'm just gonna put her in solid because I think the champ is not easy to play. Maokai. I think AP Maokai is kind of bug, you can play it, but I also don't think it's great. I think it's just okay, just playable, not the best champ. Mastery, honestly, no clue. Blade of the Ruined King slows on first auto now, so, but I think they removed Duskblade. Actually, I'm not sure about Duskblade. I think he is just solid. I mean, if you are a one-trick pony, you probably think you can pick it into everything. If you are not, then not. I think Mordekaiser is for one-tricks, Naafiri is for one-tricks. I think Nidalee could be weaker because of items. The reason is no Night Harvester, the most common item. You can still go Proto Belt, Sork Shoes, and Penetration. Storm Surge could be good item. With one spear you could proc it and do a lot of damage. So I don't think Nidalee is actually weak, but I think it's slightly weaker as they remove Night Harvester. Nocturne definitely S tier. Clears jungle great. Does Void Grabs great. Hextech item decreases your ult cooldown by 30. It's insane. Empowers you as well. Nunu. One tricks. I think Nunu is great, but for one tricks. I think Olaf is probably not the strongest. I mean, you can go Hydra. I just don't think Olaf jungle is great. Pantheon could be better because of items, honestly. Poppy, I think it's probably slightly weaker because the tank items for actual tank junglers are a bit weaker. So I think could be weaker, but still playable. Kiana, definitely better because of items, but it's still an assassin. You still need to know how to play it. You probably go as a one trick, I would say. One trick or good because of items. Ramos, I think is very solid. I think can be blind pickable. I think Ramos tank items are stronger too. Good champion. The reason why I rate Ramos better than other tank junglers is because Ramos can gank through lane. Lane ganks are very strong. I think lane ganks are gonna be super popular, definitely. Rexa is dead after Pro's Claw, I think. Rel could be okay. I think it's weaker because of items. Rage and Virtue is weaker, but it's still playable, okay? I'm gonna add still can be good. Better than S13. I'm just gonna, you know, add these things, right? Just so people understand. Rengar, I think Rengar is for one tricks, but Rengar definitely will be strong next season. Rumble is the same for one tricks. I think it's a fine champion. Sejuani, I think Sejuani is solid. If you are a Sejuani player, you can play Sejuani, it's completely fine. Shaco for one tricks. Shyvana, I actually think because of Night Harvester removal, I don't know if this champ is playable right now. AP Shyvana weaker, AD Shyvana better, because I think there's many items that Shyvana can build that could be stronger. So depends. Yeah, let's just assume it's AD. Skarner, honestly I have no clue. I think we are one trick. Sylas, not the best I think, because people were abusing Night Harvester. Talia definitely solid, definitely, especially if you know how to play Talon as well. Trundle very solid. Udyr for one tricks. Viego solid. Vi solid. Volibear solid. Warwick good if you solid. I think Warwick is gonna be solid. I think Wukong is very bad. Removal of Sunderer hurts Wukong a lot. Removal of Sunderer from Vi is fine. She can go Trinity, she's gonna be fine. Removal of Sunderer from Wukong is insane. This champ is so much worse. I think Sunderer was OP item, and I think many champs that build it were strong. That's why Jax, I think, is still weaker, but decent. But because Hydra is so good on him when you clear. But for this champ, oof, I think it hurts him a lot. I think the reason why Warwick is solid is because of Hydra as well. Basically, champions that use Hydra are better, much better. Xin Zhao, I think, is honestly might just be S tier. The only problem with Xin is his jungle clear is very, very slow. So, but it's very easy to play. is very easy to play. Gets outscaled, but very easy to play. That's a good, big advantage. And I think Zag is honestly S tier tank as well. Reason is, again, very tanky, good clear, very good jungle ganks, true lane. Hey, honestly, I'll go with Xin in solid tier just because I think his ganks are not the best. But Zag, I think Zag is for sure S tier. I think that's accurate. I think that would be my tier list for 14.1. So if you play these champs, like one of the S tier champs this season, you can definitely keep abusing them next season. If not, you can like think about what champs you want to play. All the champs will be viable as we are jungle mains and we can play everything and people will still die to our ganks. But ganking will be harder. So think about champs that can also farm decently or scale decently or are very good at ganking through lane. That would be it. Thank you guys.
Girls with their nails done.